Hey everyone to this stream. I am playing Mirko, the Sorry, my screen went blank for a minute. I'm playing Mirko, the founder of Chess with Mirko. So here we go. This is my round 2 game. And Mirko knows what I play, so I'm curious to see what he does. I don't know, to try to throw me off my guard. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. All right, cool. All right, I normally play bishop out here. I'm thinking I might play pawn out. I don't know. I'll just play bishop out here. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've streamed. Part of it is I've been sick I was sick all the week before last with a cold. And then last week I got a lot of migraines. And it was really busy. I had a huge tournament that I hosted last weekend with over 300 people on Saturday and Sunday. So that was really, really fun, but a lot of work. So I've kind of been laying low. But I'm back. Hey, Rahul, welcome. Thank you. How's your season going so far? I'm gonna go here. And then gonna castle 2. And I'm gonna pin the games here too. Pin. There we go. So you can follow along and see what we're playing. I see this fairly. I don't know the name of this opening, but I've seen it a lot. I don't know if this is the Grunda. I don't know. If you're in chat, you can. But this, I see this set up quite a bit. All right, I think I'm gonna go here or here. Okay, checks, threats, captures. No checks. I don't see really any threats yet. And then the bishop can come here. I might just go here, castle. Yeah, I haven't played slow chess in a minute. Maybe since my last Chess with Mirko game like 2 weeks ago. Or 3 weeks ago, I guess, at this point. Yeah, my first game I lost. I think I've only played one. I think Mirko's my second round. And then Olga's my third round. And I haven't contacted her yet, but I will after this. And then the pairings for 4th round just came out, which I haven't looked at yet. So I'm a little behind. This weekend's also super big. Next weekend, I'm going to Orlando, Florida for Super Nationals, which is like the biggest scholastic tournament where elementary, middle, and high school players all come and play chess for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I get to do the pairings. So it's the first time I'm doing the pairings at a really big tournament. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I was schooled pretty badly in the previous game, but of course it's better to, yeah, very true. Very true. All right, Mirko is thinking. What is he thinking? I don't know. I honestly thought he might try to push his c-pawn. Okay, yeah, I don't know what this is. I've never, this is just usually happen in games I play against people that might move into d7. Usually this knight comes to d7. Does he want to come here? I don't know. I'm gonna castle though. I need my time for future moves, I guess. Although if I blunder pretty early, then the game will just be shorter. Okay, so pawn push here. Because the bishop gets released, that's why. So he calculated, I think. Yeah, so, okay, now I have to do some calculations here. Take. Now he has a lot of stuff covering it. So that we just basically would trade everything down. Take. take, 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 take. And then I have, so I can't take that pawn. So take, and then this pawn would take, and then I would have to move back or move over here. Okay, another option I could do is push this pawn here. And then if he takes me, I take him. Okay. Or I push here, he pushes here. Take, 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 take. Okay. Here, knight moves. Knight moves back here. And then maybe I can come here. I don't think I'm calculating this right. Okay, take. I really want to take the pawn, but I push here. Takes. Knight moves here. And then bishop moves back. And then knight can get pushed again too. But I guess knight will have this space. So here. Here. So push. Here. Back. Push. Here. Push. Take. Take. This knight though. Push. Take. 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 I don't think he would take that though. Because it screws up my pawn structure, but he would lose his dark squared bishop. Push. Take. 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 Push. Take. Take. Push. Take. Take. I would lose both center pawns though if I do that, because I would lose this pawn because you take it here, and I'd lose this pawn because I take it here. Whereas if I just take it here, take here, take here, take here, take here, back, and then maybe he's gonna come with this pawn here. Take here, move back, and then push. I could go here though still, right? Because take, 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 take. All right, we're gonna take it. Oh, okay. I didn't even calculate knight takes. I calculated pawn takes. Great, right? That was my fault. I don't know what happened there. All right, take, queen trade. Oh, sorry, I'm so tired. Okay, here. So knight here. Then you have like a discovered check kinda here. Oop, careful. And then I would take. So here, take here. Here, check here. Take. So sorry. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in here. Threats, checks, capture. So I see a check here. Threats, take this pawn. Oh, here. Take, 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 take. Wait, here, take. Wait, here. Take. 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 Right here. Take. 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 Okay, I think that would be good, right? I have 2 pieces for a piece and a pawn if he takes it. So here, knight takes, pawn takes. Knight comes back. Knight takes. Okay. I think we're gonna do it. All right. No pre-move. Okay. I only calculated if he took the pawn, but he could do other stuff. He could take the knight here. Then I'm gonna come here. All right, if he takes the knight. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, today is pretty gray and rainy here in Columbus. So this is kind of a sleepy day. Yesterday too was the same way. But I'm going to Iceland on the 16th of May. So in 12 days. And one of the chaperones said, hey, get used to this weather. This is what we'll see in Iceland. So kind of cold, a little cold, rainy, wet, gray. But it should be really fun. I'm excited. Sorry for if you hear the dogs in the background. They are excited about something. Yeah, I'm like wondering, if he, like I want to take, well, if I take this knight, he can just take the knight back over here. I guess this knight is out of the center, and then I would just move maybe my queen up here to protect this knight here, or queen here, or queen up here. But bishop can come and attack me. So I gotta be, oh, then I guess I could, after the knight's out of the center, I could push my bishop there. I don't know. We shall see soon enough. I know what I forgot. I forgot my tea. That's why I'm so sleepy. All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab my tea and come back up. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm better. Hello. My headphones were kind of messed up. All right. Ooh. All right, Mirko's still thinking. I hope he can join after the stream and we can talk about it. My last game, I played another Mirko, the other one in the league, but he wasn't able to join, and then I got sick the next day and was sick for like the next week. So I'll reach out to him again to see if he can come on the stream and talk about it, because That would be fun. I love meeting new people, and let's see if he's free next week. Yeah, my last time I streamed, this was happening. I was like timing out. So apologies for that. I think it might be my computer. I have to find my other computer that I stream with. I don't know if it is the computer, but I don't stream enough to know. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this knight here. Takes. Not that much. Do I think I've improved playing in the Mirko League? Ooh, good question. I think the Mirko League has made me keep playing chess because otherwise I wouldn't play as much. Yeah, it's hard to say. I've really enjoyed playing in the Mirko League, and I would like to think that I improved. I know one of the reasons, one of the things I did learn was Mirko and I. So Mirko wrote a book, and we recorded, like video recorded, like all the chapters. And it hasn't been out yet. I have to like reach out to Mirko maybe after the school year's over to like try to get them up. But that super helped me, like going through with him, like the checks, the threats, captures. Like for example, like at every position, can you see any checks, threats, or captures? So you could calculate. Okay, well, I have two things attacking this pawn. Right, so I need to like defend this, or are there other ways that I could be threatened? Could this bishop come and attack something? And so that was like a different way to think about chess, or like the rook coming out, looking at the threats, and then any captures in the position. Oh yeah, like the bishop taking and the knight taking. And so I do use that when I'm playing over the board. So sometimes I play on Tuesdays if there's an odd number of people. We have Tuesdays chess every week, and so I'll play in that, but it's quick. And so I don't get to calculate as deeply as something like this when we have 30 minutes, which isn't also like not a ton of time. You know, when you play in like 2 hour, like G90 or G120, like you have like a ton of time. But I do use the checks that captures, or I try to, like, not always, but I try to, and that's helped me. So I'd say, yeah. Has it helped you, do you think? Okay, so pawn is getting attacked. Got it. I could move my bishop back. I could push this pawn here and like entice him to trade the knight for kind of messed up double pawns here. But then I would get this whole, like, I don't think that he would trade. If I do push this pawn, okay, so take, and then he can move. So if I push and let's say he doesn't take the pawn, then he would move his knight. So I get a tempo on that. So he can move his knight back here, eyeing this square. Or he could move his knight here. Okay. Or he can move his knight here. Or here. Okay. Yeah, I like calculated this, but I didn't calculate like the next step in this. Like I saw the knight was gonna go here, but then I didn't think, okay, like what am I gonna do about this pawn? Okay, other moves I could make. I could move my knight here, and then I get kicked out, so that's no good. I could do a bishop here, and then take, and lose a pawn. I like my bishop here, I don't know, but that also will lose me a pawn. So I guess I can only really see push or move bishop back. And bishop back seems, I don't know, not the greatest idea. Maybe bishop back and then push the bishop out here and try to trade off bishops. I mean, the bishop is being protected. Here. Oh, okay. What about bishop back, then queen up, and then try to like trade off this bishop? Okay, I think that would be okay. All right. We'll do bishop back, queen up, and then try to go after this h6 square. Hey Ren, it is 30 plus 30. I think it should be. I thought I put 30 plus 30. Let's go look just to make sure. Yeah, 30 plus 30. Okay. Phew. I love this 30-second increment. That definite game changer for some of my games. I'm the type of player who usually takes all of their time. I get into unless if I blunder pretty early. Like last game, I blundered pretty early. I don't think I got into time pressure because like I was pretty lost like after the middle game. But if I'm playing against somebody that's like about my strength or even like a weaker opponent, I usually am in time pressure. Many of my games in this league have been in time pressure. So we'll see. We'll see if this is an early blunder game or a long, drawn out time pressure game. And I will say too, like and I don't know if this is from playing chess with Mirko or playing in my Tuesday quick leagues, but my like time management like definitely has gotten better in my like when I'm in time pressure. There have been several games where like a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have just like lost or given up, just like I only have 4 seconds left. But now I will like try to fight, and I might blunder and still lose, but at least I like, kind of just like lock in and zone, like, basically just lock in and just like play out the rest of the game. And I've won some games in like pretty bad time pressure. And or like 2 years ago, I would have, just like crashed. I do have a funny story though. So last weekend I held the whole state championship for my state at my school, and one of my players that goes to the school I teach at, he messed up the round times, and he had to be there. Like the round started at 11:30, and he says he came in at 11:30, and he like looked around but didn't see like the pairings up or whatever, and so he didn't see a lot of people. I don't know. But anyway, he left. And he came back a little before 12:30 because he thought the round started at 12:30. And he realizes, oh no, I'm late. He like rushes into the playing hall, sits down at the board, and he has 1.5 seconds left on his clock to play his whole game. And normally they had an hour each. And so the kid, his opponent, has started the clock. And if he had waited, if he had started the clock 2 seconds later, like my kid would have flagged. But my kid like plays the entire game, blitzes out the entire game, and actually is winning the game, but he doesn't want to like mess up because it's getting more complicated as the game goes on. And so he offers a draw, and the other kid accepted it. So he played his whole game in 1.5 seconds. With delay 5. So it wasn't an increment. It was delay. So the clock stayed at 1.5 seconds. He said he used like 0.3 seconds on one of the moves, but he drew the whole game with 1.5 seconds, delay 5. I was like, I could not do that. I would definitely have flagged, but kudos to that kid. But yeah, he said if he had more time, he probably could have won that game. But a draw is pretty good for for the mistake. All right, I'm gonna get my queen out next. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna get my queen out here. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get my queen here and then try to trade for that bishop. All right, let's do it. I should have finished the story, and then I just wasted like 2 minutes of my time. All right, we're focused. And then next move I want to play bishop h6, and then if he takes me, I take his rook. And if he takes me, I take him back. Wait. Let me make sure this move. Okay. So here we go. Takes the pawn, I take the rook. Okay. He takes my knight. I take his bishop. He takes my bishop. So he gets a knight, a pawn, and a bishop, and I get a rook and a bishop. Okay, yeah, that works. So I'm thinking he's gonna move rook e8 because then when I move bishop h6, he can just take this pawn, and I can't take his rook. So that's what I'm thinking he's going to do. That seems like the most natural move. I'm looking at, let's say he does move bishop e8. So I'm just going to assume that he's going to do that. I'm going to look at bishop g5, because then if he pushes, like he can move his queen out. Like if the rook comes to e8, then the queen doesn't have anywhere to go. The queen doesn't have anywhere to go on the diagonal. So he either has to move to like bishop or queen c8, or push the pawn f6, and if he pushes the pawn f6, then I can go bishop h6. He has space for his bishop, so he could go back to bishop h8, but then I control this g7 square, and I can try to attack the f6 square. I still have my knight, so like my knight could, oh, wow, what? All right, 100% did not expect that. What? Okay, well, what? All right, well, I'm gonna go bishop h6. Checks, threats, captures. No checks, threats. Knight here. I take. He's just gonna give me his dark sword bishop. Or rook. Here, take. Back here, take. Okay, captures only here, and then I'm gonna take there. All right. Let's see what he does. He takes me, I take him, he moves his knight, and I come back. I didn't calculate him taking, actually. Take, knight here, then I come back here to protect my pawn. Anyway, we'll see what he does. That actually probably seems the best. Him taking, knight gets developed, and I move back. And I'm happy because I got his dark squared bishop. My knight is protecting my bishop here. I don't have to worry about this knight being taken anymore, and then the queen's going to protect my pawn. Yeah, I didn't calculate knight e7. I think this might be the first time Mirko and I played, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I want him to come on the stream and to discuss what he was thinking, because I could be so off on like what I'm thinking he was planning, like the move behind, like the motive behind this move. To me seems like he could come here with the tempo, like attacking the queen, and then come back, and I'm okay with that because again I get the dark square bishop, and like, but like why he didn't move, rook e8, which I thought was a natural move. But again, maybe it's because he didn't want. Well, because even, this doesn't quite make sense. Because even if he had moved rook e8 and I go bishop g5, he could just go bishop f6. And I guess I do get the bishop. I don't know. I'm curious. But yeah, we'll see what he does. Maybe he's going to play another move that I don't know. Yeah, ever since I got my tea, I've stopped yawning. See, I just needed my tea. That's what was missing. I wonder, okay, what if he comes here right now, I'm still going to take, and then his knight's going to come back, or his king could come. Oh, wow, okay. So yeah, we calculated this. This is what we thought was going to happen. The knight comes here, and then I move back. I don't see any other move. Yeah, okay. Checks, threats, captures. Okay, no checks, threat. This pawn captures and captures pawn. So I'll move back here. And then maybe he gets his queen out. Is he going to move his queen out here? And then I move my rook over. He moves his rook over. Okay, he moves his rook over. That makes sense. I don't have to move. Wait, yeah, I do. Okay, so he's a tactic coming. If he takes my pawn and I take his knight, then he... No, he can't. My knight's there. Just kidding. Let's see. I feel like he wants me to move. Well, I can't move my knight, so I was looking at knight moves. Can't do that. This looks scary too. Putting my bishop here for this exposed. You can just take this. My bishop could come. Oh, my bishop could come here and attack that square on b7. He has the open file, but then I can move rook e1. Oh, he has to also deal with this right away. So push up, bishop. Probably push this one here. And then I move my rook here. And then he doesn't have to take. All right, I kind of like that. Directly attacking his pawn. Because my bishop right now is not doing anything. Take. Okay. No checks. Bishop coming here. Okay, so I am going to move my bishop. And then I want to move my rook to e1. Oh yeah, see, it says, yeah, we've never played before. I guess you could also move c6. C6, b6, b5. No, b5. Okay, or bishop, yeah. Another move I didn't think was going to do because it would double the pawns up. But maybe he's like, that's okay because then I can push d5. But then I can also push d5, but then I do have backwards pawn. But if I don't, if I take it. So, take. And then I like move my rook. Then he like comes here. Wait. He comes here. And then I come here. Take knight here. Okay, if I come here, take, push here, right here, take, rook, take, push. Okay, so I'm thinking he's going to push this pawn here. And then if I take, then he takes. And I have an isolated pawn. Or I have a backwards pawn. Oh, I could also push d5. I didn't think about that. d5 actually might solve some of my problems. So I push d5 here. He can't move anywhere here. He has to go back. And this pawn's not being attacked anymore. And then I could get my rook in too. All right, I like that. Any other? Okay, so no. So captures, take. Threats. He can move his knight here. Then I take. He takes. I take. Okay. All right, I like it. We'll see if I miscalculated something. But that just looked better than me taking the bishop. When he moves back, though, he can push c6. Like, that is true. Take. Or try it again. But now I think I want to move my rook to e1. If he takes, I take. He doesn't have to take. He could do something else. I don't know. I think that seems like the best move in this situation. His knight could come here, check, take, and then I could come somewhere else here. Or move my queen up, yeah, and then take. Okay. All right, I think I'm okay with this. We both got about 20 minutes left, all right? I guess after, I'll see what he does. I mean, I think another goal is to double rooks, but I'm wondering if he's gonna like try to plan an offensive on his, like if he like moves his queen out to like h4 or something. And like what I would do if that were the case. So I feel like he definitely, like, he has potential to coordinate all these pieces. They're getting kind of close to my king side. See, king side. I don't really, like, my pieces are, like, not, I feel like he has an easier, what's it called? Like, an easier way to coordinate all of his pieces. Whereas my pieces are going to be harder to coordinate right now. Like, I could move, like, my knight, you know, like, I guess I can come here and come here. But then my queen needs to come, like there's a lot of pieces little things that need to happen for me to have an attack on his king side. Whereas I feel like he has maybe more space or more potential. Like this, I think this knight is pretty good. It can't really go anywhere, but it's also preventing me from going places. Like I can't move my queen here or my queen to h6. And then nothing is like, yeah, okay, see, yeah, queen h4, that's what I said. Ah, nice, okay. All right. All right, so here we go. It's time. It's happening. It is happening. Right now, there's no direct, there's no mate in one. I feel like he wants me to go from here. And then he's going to come here. And then I can move my bishop here. Like fianchetto my bishop the long way. But no, there's no other place he can go. He definitely calculated this, though. Would he sack? Take. Here. Bishop. Knight. No, because then queen. Okay, here. Bishop. Here. Okay. Okay. G3. Bishop, queen H3. Pawn to G, or bishop to G2. Attacking queen. Queen can come back here. Or come back here. And then knight can move and the bishop can come in, maybe? All right, other option. Rook here. Rook take. Knight takes. All right, I don't know. I thought he might do this, but I didn't come up with what I was supposed to do after. Okay. Here, rook take here. Bishop takes. Or knight takes. And then knight comes back here. And then rook takes over here. I don't know. I feel like this is the move I'm going to screw up. Because, okay, so bishop here, queen here, bishop back, queen here. So now the queen's kind of chilling there. I guess I could come here. Takes. Okay. I'm just gonna here. Rook here. Checks, threats, captures. Jack, take. Okay. Here. Checks, threats, captures. Take. Take. So if the queen moves after this diagonal, I can come here, check. Okay. Why don't I just come right away? The rook's... So I'll move my... Instead of moving my rook here, move my knight here. I don't know if that's a good move. Knight here. So that way... And then maybe push and then come here. And then check. Knight here. If I push, yeah, the queen has to come back. Okay, I'm gonna move my knight here. I don't know. Take. Don't miss mate in one. Take. Okay. Take. Okay. We did it. We'll see if that is the mistake that daggers. Hey, Kiwi. As a tournament director, how do you feel about the time control game 15 plus 30? Like over the board or online? Over the board, I've never never considered a game like, you know, like having an increment higher than the start time you have. Because that would be regular rated. I don't don't know. I think if people wanted to play, we could definitely try it out. 30-second increment is like pretty long. Yeah. I like it. Sorry, I was bidding. It was definitely different than game 15 delay 30. That I would say no. Not that, but game 15 increment 30. Yeah. I mean, you could also do, I mean, there's a lot that you could do if you wanted to make it regular rated. Oh, whoa. What? He wants to get his other rook involved. I'm going to push his queen. Bam. I'm going to go queen. Pawn, g3. Take. And then he's going to move. And then I'm going to fork him. Haha. At least that's the plan. He might have something else. He can come back here and trade the queens. Take. Or here, that I could check him first. He comes, take. Okay. Yeah, let's try that. I'm missing stuff. Okay. Checks, threats, captures. Check here. Threats. I mean, he doesn't have a checkmate or anything. Right away, at least. All right. One more time. Check, take. Threats here. Check. Take. Wait, no. Check. He hasn't got a check. Take. All right. Let's do it. I just realized, like, my bishop is hanging here, but I don't think anything is attacking it or can attack it. Yeah. It's basically an alternative to game 45 delay 5 or something similar to that. Yeah, I mean, I am all for increment over delay, so thumbs up to that. I think you just have to be super careful because players might see game 15 and think it's quick rated and not understand that the plus 30 like actually makes it dual rated. So that's the only thing I could see players getting confused about, and they might complain about because they see the 15 and then they see the regular rating change. So you'd have to be like super clear, like on the flyers and announcements, and just say like, this is dual rated. Your regular rating will be affected. And then I think that would be fine. I guess like what would another question that might happen though is like, what would the alternative to having like game 40 increment 5? You know, like if players were to say, wait, like if it's like game 45, what about game 40 increment 5? Because that's like more common, is the increment is a lot smaller than the given time. And I wonder, yeah, like, so I don't know. I guess more incentive to kind of like play the opening really fast to build up your time at the start. Like time management, like kind of changes that, I guess. I don't know. So like maybe like game 30 delay, game 30 increment 15. That way people know that it's like dual rated, but you get to have the increment more. Okay, yeah, I thought he was gonna have to go back because I'm gonna have this fork here. Yay. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do now. This is as far as I got. Oh, I can move my knight here. No, I can't. Take. Wait, take. Oh, I guess I can. I move my knight here. Take. He can't take the knight because I got here. He can like push. If I move my knight here, he can move his rook here. Take. take. I don't know. I could try to trade queens. I can move my queen here. And then if he pushes his pawn here, I can take it with check. Moves out of check here. I take his bishop, but then he's got my rook because my queen is out of place. Okay, I would have to take the rook first. So here, check, move out of the way, then I would take a rook. And if he takes, then I can take bishop. Okay. Oh, he'd probably take with the pawn, and then I'd take bishop. No, I can't take bishop because my queen's hanging. Oh, I could go here and threaten mate. No, I can't because the knight is there. Okay. Okay. Let's look at it one more time. So queen here. And then he pushes the pawn here. Wait. Oh, I can take with the queen. Okay, so leave the knight there. So queen here, push, take with the queen, not with the knight. Got it. Queen here, push, take with the queen, take, check. We're good. Queen here. I'm threatening knight here, check. But then he, like, my queen is, what's it called? Like, my queen is hanging if I move my knight. So queen here, he takes, I take. He takes, I take, he takes, I take. He pushes me back. I can come back. I think that's fine. All right. I only got 13 minutes left. All right. I'm basically trying to think of a time control that makes play keep notation the entire game while still having the one-day tournament feel. Yeah, that is, if it's plus 30, they do have to take notation the whole game while still having the one-day tournament feel. Well, I guess would the reason that they would take notation the whole time would be in case any issues arise? I don't know. Or like claims, like it's like more on them, like they have to take notation to make the claims they want, like they have to be valid because they take notation. I wasn't even thinking about notation. Yeah. I also did not, I didn't consider like the knight moving is gonna like, you know, open up my queen, but I can take, because the knight can't check me. So I can, if the knight moves, I can just take the queen. But there are also some tactics here too, because if he takes, I take, now this knight can like take this pawn. I think I'm gonna be down a pawn, right? All right, I think I messed up. So takes here, takes here. I guess knight here, then I take the rook. Then takes, and then, okay, actually it might be okay, because the rook can take. So there's like, wait. What? All right, well, I think I just lost a piece. Oops. All right, take here. Take here, take here. Okay, take here. My queen gets taken. You got me, Mirko. All right, take the rook. Take the queen. So it'd be like 9 points. No, he already has a knight. So it'd be, what, 12 points to 5 points. Okay, that's not an option. So he basically just, yeah, because then he would take back. Or he could actually take me first, and then I would take, no, he would take back first. Just kidding. Take back first. I think it was a pretty good game up to here. I don't think there's anything I can do. Here, take here, take back here, take here, take here. All right, and I'm just down a piece. No checks I can give him. My queen is hanging, so I mean, I guess I don't have to take the queen. I could just like go back, but then he can like take my rook. Yeah, take, and then he can just like come to safety here. Take. Okay, I think I'm gonna resign, and bring Mirko on, and we can talk about the game. All right, I know I probably shouldn't resign here, but I do. I might have something at 1, so I think it would be beneficial to stop play and then bring him on. So I'll resign. Thanks for playing, Mirko. I'm gonna go and invite you on the stream. All right, good game. Let me know if you want to come on this stream. And I'm gonna send this to Mirko right now. Good game. Here's the link. Okay. Let's see if he joins us. Kiwi said, the reason is that this is a thought experiment, and I was just curious to see what it would look like. Yeah. I think people might be down for that. Oh no, nobody's here. Mirko, where are you? Okay, let's see if he joins. Okay, I got a message somewhere. Oh, coming! Yay, good. Okay. Woo. I'm excited. All right, let's go back to the beginning. I thought it was like a pretty. I held on for a while until I missed that tactic. So not mad. But yeah, that's like those check touch captures. If I looked at like all the captures, like I would have seen that, and I didn't do it. Let's see what he says. I wonder if I'll put the link in the inbox too. Okay, because he said coming. Yay. Here's the link. Okay. Now go back. Oh, he might be on right now. Let me check. No, okay. So we'll. Oh wait, and then yeah, hopefully this coming week I can interview the other Mirko that I played that also beat me and talk about our game there. This also I was gonna say like would be interesting to see like compare the two, like like having two different tournaments and then one being like game 45 increment 5 and one game 15 increment 30, and seeing what time how the tournament plays out. Like okay, hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you for inviting me, and great game.
Yeah, that was really fun. I know. I was just telling Chad, I was like, I didn't do the I was talking about like how I learned like the checks, threats, captures, but I didn't like do that on that move. Like I didn't look at all the captures, and so I completely missed that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe your guard just fell down in that moment. But yeah, definitely that was let's say a book example how that method works. Let's say because it
Right.
was actually
Yeah.
it's a threat and it's a capture at the same time. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
an overall good game. And to be honest, I have feeling that most of the game you had initiative and not just initiative.
Oh
I believe that
no.
in one moment you had maybe even a well, not maybe winning position, but not decisive position, but let's say very promising position. Like I was all the time on the back foot, and
Oh, sorry. My computer freezes a lot these days, so I missed what you said. What did you just say? Would you mind repeating that?
yeah. So let's say for the most of the game, I felt inferior, and I believe in some moments I felt like it's not. I didn't feel that you were winning. It's not
Yeah.
decisive, but let's say that I can only fight for a draw, for example, in some moments, like that there is
Yeah.
only two results possible.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I felt too like it was pretty equal, I thought, for most of the game. And there's times where I was like, oh, like I like my position. But yeah. So do you usually play? All right. Sorry, I'm lagging pretty bad, so this might not be.
I heard just do you usually? That is what I heard.
Yeah. Do you usually play this opening against d4?
Well, what I want to say is that I made there was one bad thing happening, and I made blunder in the first move.
Oh, really?
And this is the day when I learned something. Like this game was great for me to learn something because like. When you played d4 as the first move, first of all, I play significantly worse with black because, like, usually most of the time when I play in my league, in the league feeder league which I played, we're playing a team event, and then for that reasons I usually play the board one, and when I play board one, we have white pieces there. So let's say for it's not, of course, everyone should play well with black and white regardless of colors, but let's say that I have more form with white. Let's say I studied more naturally, like I needed to study a lot more openings for white than for black. So and I made a mistake in the move number one. Because my first idea was to play Binoni against you. That was my first idea.
Oh, yeah.
But I made two mistakes which are happening regularly to players. First mistake is that I underestimated you from the very beginning. Like I was like, okay, let's play some sort of passive perk defense, and then I will work it out through the middle game, and that never come. And if you didn't blunder, I'm not optimist about the result.
Wow.
But also what I had in mind during the game is that let's say I as I said, for 15 to 20 moves I was constantly like inferior and in big problems, and you find pretty great solutions. And but I just felt this is maybe good thing to say, not just for two of us but for every chess player. Like I felt that my moment will come, and I kept my nerves. Like I was like for every single move I was talking negative on myself, like why did I do that, but I had difficulties that I stayed in past with my thoughts, but I managed at the same time to keep the positive energy while saying like, okay, just wait, your time will come. Like in this game, she will make some sort of inaccuracy here and there. Well, but to be honest, that's something which you can say for every single opponent, right? If it works, then you were right. If it doesn't work, okay, you did your best.
Yeah. And I was saying too, like, so I might have something at 1:00 today. So I was like, if I didn't have that, I probably would play on. But then I was like, you're a stronger opponent. Like, like being down a piece, like I can just in the game and then like go do what, but if I was like in a tournament, like where that was all I had, I probably would try to like play on and like try for something, even though I probably would lose.
Without any modesty, that was completely resignable position. Yeah, because it's clear piece, and I have no. It's not just a piece, but also I grab the initiative, and I have no difficulties trading or attacking.
Trading out,
Yeah. So, but before that, I believe, especially in some moments, it will be great to analyze some moves. I believe that you maybe didn't have the winning position, but let's say position where I'm just stuck to the ropes, like where I can just, let's say, just defend. Oh, I have no counterplay, let's say.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what would you play if I played Binoni as the first move for black, like pawn c5?
So I have, I have some of my friends play this against me. And I always forget what to do. Also, like, I think it's called the center counter gambit. Like, I always, like, I've seen it so many times, but, like, I forget what to do a lot. I think I would probably, I think I would take the pawn.
Yeah, there are many possibilities. There is no wrong one. Yeah. But I was just curious to hear like what is your opinion? Yeah. But let's say that is, as I said, that is what I had in my mind in move number one, and that is very sharp opening for black.
Yeah.
And I was like, my thoughts were like, there is no need to risk in this opening section. Let's just go to the quiet middle game where I will work it out. And that's something it's similar when you say I will do it tomorrow. Like you never do it. So it is a good lesson for me today.
Yeah. So I felt like the opening was pretty, like I was telling when I was streaming, I was like, I've seen this like a lot. But then like the one move that super surprised me was the knight d7. I don't think I've ever seen that. And I was like, wait, what? And I was thinking it was
my
like
focus was to prepare the pawn e5 push. This is pretty, let's say, pretty common push in this kind of variations. Like when you want to push pawn e5, pawn f5, and basically this is a sort of modern defense. Like I gave you center on purpose, and then I test you. Like you have to prove, okay, my center is strong. I have to prove, okay, you didn't do your homework well. So that is the philosophy behind the modern defenses. And when you play hyper modern defenses, this is what I play in the last days and last weeks. Then both of us are giving each other the center and waiting for the background to fight for it. So, but here you played really well in this opening section. Like you played, let's say, natural moves. Like you never made any sort of experimental like I did, and that position rewarded you with very healthy and very, very promising position.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna take with the pawn too, so I like didn't calculate taking with the knight, and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I prefer this capture because if I took with a pawn, okay, that pawn is strong in the center, but all of my light pieces are hitting into it, and it's blocking the bishop, it's blocking the knight's path, and maybe it looks good. Like let's say now from this perspective, I prefer this move, maybe. But in that moment, I was happy that my knight is strong in the center, that bishop has the open diagonal, that my pawn structure is compact. Like all of these arguments were, let's say, made me to play this move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is also a good move. And here I was thinking, okay, well, if I take knight takes knight, of course you're not going to take with queen. This is what I thought.
Right.
Like of course. And I was thinking, okay, if you take the pawn, this is where I was gambling, and this is never a good idea. Like when it is, it's again not a good idea because in long run you are willing to gamble again. So I was like, okay, let's play knight c6 and hope that she will play pawn d5 and immediately, and then just go with knight back. Yeah, but bishop e3 was a great move.
Okay.
That's a way better move. You keep your structure compact, and your center is better than mine. That's visible, and at the same time, my knight on c6 doesn't have any purpose. Let's say any pressure. Yeah. Okay, there is a pressure on pawn d4. That's true, but you can easily just put the queen on d2 as you did in the next move, and play the rook behind on d1, and you solved all the problems about it. So it's only you who chooses when this pawn will be pushed. Yeah. Because as you can see in this moment, I have no methods to pressure you to push d5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say I had a question because I thought in this move you were actually going to play rook e8, so that because I was planning to come here with my bishop. So I didn't know if you had thought of that, or because I was really expecting you to play rook e8. Like the knight e7 surprised me here.
Yeah, rook e8 was on my mind, but not to avoid bishop h6, not so, but
Okay.
because it's just a natural move. Yeah, and here, yeah, okay, everything can happen. But let's say I was also considering, instead of rook e8, I was considering something like a6 to defend from knight b5 and to prepare some sort of minor push
I
on
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and now what would you try here?
I think I would still go here to get your dark square bishop.
Okay. And then what if I play knight takes pawn? Knight takes bishop check. And I'm up a pawn, right?
You are, yep. Yep,
And,
you're right.
and it is a very vital pawn, right?
Yeah. I see. So I'd have to do something first.
Yeah, yeah. Like as I said, like here, like the rook ad1 is like screaming, like no, pawn d5.
Oh, rook ad1, like here.
Yeah, rook ad1, and now like it's only you who knows in which moment it will happen.
Yeah, I see.
Now my knights on c6 and bishop on g7 are pretty much useless. Like that pawn on d4 cannot be there. There is no methods for me to increase the pressure on the pawn d4.
I see. So,
yeah, this is what I was like, and for that when I saw that I was like, okay, knight should be no longer on c6 because like there is no point in that. And then I was like, okay, then maybe f5 is good square for him because
it was
like because on f5 he has multiple purpose on f5. Like he guards the h6, he attacks the pawn d4. Then after that he also at the same time it's overall a good square for the knight because it attacks the bishop on e3, let's say. But to be honest, like believe it or not, I woke up 15 minutes before our game and I was like, let's say, and I felt immediately, I felt bad about. Believe it or not, before sitting in front of the laptop, I said to my wife, "This is not going to be good."
That's really funny.
Like I immediately felt like, because I know I don't have that butterflies in the stomach. I don't. I'm not nervous about the game. I just woke up. It's like, of course, I can chess. Of course, skill is there. Of course, but I don't. I like that fighting spirit, which shows
right
now. This is some, and you played really great moves until the very last move, but you played really great moves, and this is. I believe that this win was not deserved by me. Maybe I just won by the experience, let's say, because I kept my nerves. Because you won't believe in how much moments I was considering to sacrifice a rook for the knight, which was not the optimal solution. It was just to calm me down and not because it was the optimal. So yeah. And that's here, really in this moment, in this moment, I missed that you can play bishop h6 without consequences. This is what I missed. I was thinking that I'll be first playing knight a5, knight f5, and then that you won't have time to play bishop h6.
Oh, I see.
So it was my bad calculation, like my lack of focus in that moment. Yeah, and here this trade was more or less like a way to play that knight with tempo on f5. So
and then so he played
here. Pretty much this is developing move, and also some sort of way of putting a pressure on your bishop, but you avoid it immediately. Like I said, for many moves in this game, I was like, she plays really great chess today, and I was just. It really required a lot of nerves to keep waiting for that moment to happen. Yeah, like I hoped here that we will trade the bishops and I will open the B file. Yeah, but I believe that this is the moment when it should be pushed. Yeah, because my bishop again goes into defensive state. Your bishop is can be very easily rerouted to B1 H7 diagonal or to H3 C8 diagonal. Like all of the options are, or he's fine like this. Like completely all of the options are great for him. So, and my bishop only diagonal where he can play is C8, H3, and here he has no business. So
yeah, and I wanted to play this because like there was pressure on the D4 pawn, and now I don't have to like babysit that. I can just like move my queen if I wanted to. So
yeah. Again, like developing move, challenging my rook. Again, like I like this move.
yeah.
I,
And then I
hope,
actually thought, I thought you were gonna play here, but like I didn't think about like what I would do. But I was like, I think he's gonna
this
play.
is only way to stay
Queen
active.
H3.
This is only way to stay active, and
Yeah.
I was thinking about your possibilities, like, and again, like I was hoping that you play b3, but of course that you tried your best to play active, and that is how it should be done. And I believe you played the best move in this position.
Oh yeah. So yeah, because I like it lagged, but yeah, because I had considered going here, but then I felt like here, and then you could come, you would have more. I don't know. I thought this might be better for you.
Yeah, like after, but let me just see the position after pawn g3 immediately. Pawn g3. I think that I will not when you play queen h3 for me, for example, I don't believe that I'll play that. And if I'm you, let's play queen h3. And if I'm on your place, I won't play bishop g2 because I like that queen. Like it stands like that. Like this queen is just visually strong, but what she does, she is out of play.
I see.
And now I have ideas like, let's say, knight e4, being ready to fork on f6, being ready to attack on g5. That queen is. There is also danger of trapped queen. Yeah, it's very.
I see.
You can also play queen c3, like, and I'm dead on this dark squares. So this is why I immediately dislike playing queen on the light square, especially so far away from it. Yeah, like here I will probably just play my queen, let's say, to maybe h6 to trade the queens, or to f6. One of these two things will happen.
Yeah. I see. Okay. Yeah.
This is my first impression. Yeah, but I believe that knight a4 is the best. Knight e4, sorry, is the best move because like you keep all the options, you keep the tension, and this moment it's you should keep the tension. I'm the player who wants to release it because I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And you really played well, like in this moment. Like I was constantly on the back foot. Like I didn't know how to solve it. So after, let's say, after that move, rook e5 was again. All of the passive moves are just there is no time to play the quiet and passive moves here for both players.
Yeah.
So rook e5 is the moment when I was like, okay, let's try to double the rooks and
makes sense.
Fight for the e4 square, and that is also the square where the strong knight is here. And here I was considering about sacrificing that rook for the knight, but I said but you know, that was my thought. Then I was like asking myself, okay, why do I think that? And there were no arguments. The only argument is I will make it out working next moves. And that's the same argument which I started the game. And like that rarely happens. And when it happens, it's more destructive. It would be better if it never happens. If you always get punished for that mentality. So I say I would feel way better if I played Benoni and lost. That is So okay, here you played again great move because I'm in problem. Now the threat about that fork is serious. There is no room for me. Because like my bishop is without protection. I must play the move either queen d8 or queen e7. But okay, queen e7 is the move which doesn't close the rook on the corner, and at the same time making the pressure on e5. And I believe this is a mistake for me. I believe that not mistake, but this is the moment. Okay, here you played the big blunder, right? This is
this is right. Remember.
But did you ever consider move bishop g2?
Yeah.
With the what is the point? F4. I'm in big problem now. In very big problem.
Yeah. Then you might have to take the knight.
Yeah, I must solve the problem about the rook who is trapped. I must solve the problem with the queen who is other X-ray of the rook e1.
Like really, I don't know, like because you have to also like this fork here too, right? So like you might have to like here.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. As I said, it's not the blunder of your level, but position is very depressive, let's say. Not lost, but depressive. Yeah. Like, and if you kept playing like you did, like I believe that in 7 to 8 moves, I'll have to shake hands. So,
yeah. Oh, but I see. No, I mean, I don't know. I want to see too what Engine says.
Okay. Yeah, he also says that. Yeah, as I said, I think that even the advantage is even bigger than 1.4. I believe, because like I said, this is what I said. Like, it's not that I can find a solution to not lose material, but my position will be very, very, maybe for computer it's okay, but for human, very depressing.
Yeah, I like that idea though. F4, like that's not something that I often like miss. This happens to me too. Like in recent times, like the last few months, I'll play like a pretty strong opening and middle game, and I'll have the advantage, and then I just like. I mean, in this case, I blundered. So like, but usually what happens is like, it's not a huge blunder, but like my opponent just gathers momentum and then my advantage is gone and it'll end up in a draw.
This is for what I hoped too. This is for what I hoped to. Like, to slowly outplay you, but with my experience, with keeping the position tensed and this is when I truly got nervous when we started trading pieces. And in one moment I was like, it seems that I have to trade the queen too, and I was very unhappy about it.
Yeah, and that's what I tried to do, but
and you played queen g5. And when you played that move, do you believe that I first thought about taking the queen? It's not that I immediately saw the move rook takes knight.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is good for me because like queen takes, knight takes, I finally got rid of the problems about my king's safety, and your knight is not longer on e4 where he is strong.
Yeah.
So then, like, as I said, queen takes queen, knight takes queen, rook a e8, and finally I start to breathe again. Like, my knight can go on d4, which is a big asset. That is a big asset. Yeah. So on d4, he can attack f3, e2, and threat a fork on c2 like that. You are almost obligated to play bishop d1 at some point or something like that. And this is where and in that moment your bishop on d1 is by definition bad bishop. So this is when I saw this move, I was so excited to trade queens because I was like, finally I get time to play. Finally I get that. And then I was like, but okay. Also my experience taught me that, okay, when you see a good move, let's search for a better one. Then I was like, first I was like, it's bad to take the knight because then you can take my queen and my rook will be hanging. But no, it's not hanging because the knight's on f5.
Your beautiful knight.
And this is the moment when I raise my head and I look at my wife and I say, she lost.
And I resigned.
Because like I was like, okay, is there something which I do all the time? Like I of course look for any country chances, even the most surprising ones. But like there is no move, even some sort of the queen is hanging now, so you must. Think about it, like if you take the queen, I take with the rook, and my rook is protected. That is the main variation, and all queen take backs are going to result in trading rooks, and I have a clear, healthy piece advantage. And I was even considering like what happens if you decide to give some surprising check, but then there is only queen g6, which is it doesn't work. So. Even position after rook takes rook, queen takes queen, like you have no ways to continue, let's say, to it's that lost. But
I was gonna say, like, I really like, because like I didn't even consider like a quiet move like this, but I can, like after talking through it, you can kind of see like now it's not just like a waiting move, but it's like to prepare for f4, which like I really like that of. Because like it's something that I didn't even consider, but like noticing like, wow, this rook is like not a great spot, and like what can I do to like So
that's true. Let's say something which can help. Of course, this is something which cannot be solved today, but something which can help in order to improve that skill is working on candidates. Like there is a book which is a pretty advanced book. There is a series of books of Jacob Agard. grandmaster. I feel bad that I will probably say the bad country. I believe he's Danish, but it's very easy to Google it. But I believe that maybe I missed the country from which he comes. But he wrote a great series. This is a worldwide known series of books with the title Grandmaster Preparation. There is all. He covers the topic of opening, endgame, strategic play, calculation part, and tactical play. So this is in the chapters of calculation book. This is what is the first chapter candidate moves, and with the subtitle. Before you learn to think, you must first learn to see, which makes sense if you think, because like if I say to you rookie strat, can you find a move? You will say probably okay how to trap that rook, and you say pawn can jump there, yeah. But how to feel that in the game, and that is the question.
Yeah,
this is where the candidates are hoping in. So let's say what I like to do. I just give a quick look to all the possibilities which look interesting to me, and let's say if I'm white, I will consider bishop g2 as I did, but also I will consider pawn c5. Also, I will consider knight takes d6, and it's easy to discard. Okay, it's easy to discard, but at least you gave a chance. At least you gave a chance. And you cannot do that in blitz game, but that's not a point, because when you do that many times, when it becomes your habit, you will also spot it with higher probability in faster time controls, as you did, for example, now. I believe, but by your experience, you are able to spot a fork in millisecond because you played so many times, and yeah. But like about this one, this is maybe some sort of advanced move, but by working on these candidates, you'll be able to spot it with higher game. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the stream, and really great game. I had a lot of fun today, so thank you for that.
Me too. Like it's how to say. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity, and as I said, you're doing well in the Grand League. Like maybe it's just the start of it, but definitely the games are, let's say, tough, and there is a lot of games in front of you. So wish you the best.
Thank you. Yep, and you too. All right, I'll see you later. Have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.